Tuva. Tuva. So today I got pretty boy Leif and I got Tuva here today. A couple others might come up, but wanted to talk a little bit about these two fancy dogs here today. Tuva's going to be having a litter right away here. Tuva, stay by me. Tuva, come on. Stay by me. Good. There comes Tora. I better get sitting different here. You guys will jump all over me. Good girl, Tuva. Good girl. So Tuva's going to have a litter in a few days. Now Tuva's probably one of the best dogs I have. Very, very personable. Very good with the handler. Very one owner dog. And full Norway dog. This is Anya. This is Gata. That's Tora beside me here. Anya's the Jamson. Gata's a big Norway girl. Tora's been with us for years. She's the daughter of Dakota. Anya, I don't think so. I don't think so, Anya. I don't think so. I'll try to do a video here, girl. I'll do the video. Now we're doing a video, so you sit nice. Tuva, you could stay. You could stay. Good girl. Good girl. You stay by me, Tuva. Good girl, Gata. Good. Now don't be jumping on. Sit nice now. Good girl. Good. Good. Now Tuva's that you're just settle down now. I'm filming a video on Tuva today. Anya's just a young female. She has a lot of energy. Good female. All right. We'll talk about you. Come sit down, man. Sit right here, then. We'll talk about you. Sit down. Good. Good. We'll do the video on you. All right. So Anya is going to cycle in March. Wow, maybe earlier than that. In the early part of 2018. And we got a lovely big male picked out for her, Rico. And she's going to have a litter. And she is the first Jamson litter in Canada. And it's pretty exciting for us. She's one of the very few Jamsons in North America. The only registered Jamson female in Canada. Very, very good dog. Very good hunting dog. Tora, what's happening? Where did my girl Tuva go? Where's my girl Tuva? There's my girl Tuva. Okay, Tora, you sit. Don't jump on me. Don't jump on me now. Come on, Tuva. Come on. That's enough now. Now Tuva, I raised her. She was born here with me. She spent her entire life here. Tuva's a pure hunting dog. Her dad, of course, was the first generation in Canada. And he's an extremely strong hunting lineage out of Norway. All of the very best hunting dogs in Norwegian Elkhounds out of Norway are in Tuva. She has just this storied lineup going back 100 years of all top high-end hunting dogs. Now on top of that, lots of her ancestors, after they won their hunting trials, they did go in and show. And of course, in the big Norwegian Kennel Club, they have a big show each year. Tremendous entries, just superior dogs, all of them. And of course, her great-great-grandfather is a winner of that show. Very, very, very good dog. And all the dogs in her background are good. Now, Tuva is what we call part of our family dogs, because I have her sister, her twin here, Tekla. And I've got another half-sister of hers, Phoenix, here as well. Now, we like to raise families of dogs because we can understand the genetics better. We can keep track of the genetics and watch them. I have Tora's daughter in the garage. She has 7 pups out of Leif. Now, Tuva has had 1 litter with Leif already. They were outstanding pups. Tuva, of course, in her bloodline, is one of the most famous family dog breeders that bred families of dogs, and that's the Ravenstone dogs out of the UK. Now, for 50 years, they raised some of the very best dogs ever over there, and they were big proponents of running mother-daughter pairs, 2 sister pairs, stuff like that. They understood that value, that concept, and this is a Ravenstone lineage dog, same as Tekla and Phoenix. They're very, very good dogs. Now, Leif, of course, is our new outcross male. He's from the show. Now, he's the only show dog we got. The rest are all working dogs. But he's a very, very good dog. And he comes out of the high-end show dogs, like the very, very best breeders of the Norwegian Elkhounds in North America. He's a North American dog. So you can see slight differences in him compared to the working dogs. Leif! He's over there chasing, right here, boy. He's learning fast. He's good on recall. Leif, you get up here. I want to show you off. Leif. Leave Anya alone for a minute. Come here. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good. Leif's got this fancy big stride. He's a real showy fella. He's got the big showy coat. He's got the nice stance. Very personable. Of course, they breed unfriendly. So he's the friendliest guy I got. And social and friendly with all the dogs. Very, very nice. Him and Anya had quite a little tussle when they first got here, because Leif, he happened to make the mistake of growling at Anya. And growled at her through the fence. Well, when she come out, she got a hold of him and told him don't growl at her no more. And they've been fast friends ever since. Leif found out that big females like Anya best not to growl at her. So they just have a fun time now. They're pretty good friends. All right, let me talk about him a bit here. Set it up. Take it easy. Take it easy now. I just want to talk about Leif for a minute. Okay, get going, you guys. Get out of here. Get going. Get going. Tuva, come back up. Good girl, Tuva. Come up here, Tuva. Good. Now, Tuva has a high skill level, but it's her skill level was identified pretty early on that she had a good protection, instinctive drive. And so I have a pretty good bit of training work with her on helping Marlene in the yard. And Tuva has skills that some of these other guys don't have, like Leif. Tuva will move stuff out of the yard with a quick command and take very little effort to do it. Leif is so social that he would let just about anybody in the yard, whereas Tuva wouldn't. Come up here, Tuva. Good girl. Come up here and turn around. Good. Right here, Tuva. Good girl. Tuva, of course, will keep you at the gate if you tell her to. She won't let you in the gate. She's not one of those overly social. Now, she's loyal to me, does exactly what I say, but she'll listen to Marlene well. And so, very, very good. But she's not She doesn't run up to every stranger and is not focused on every stranger, stuff like that. Those kinds of dogs, they're left to the job. Leif does that job. His breeder kept his lineage super friendly. They're in shows all the time, that sort of thing. Now the neat thing about the pups out of this combination is you get the best of almost every country. In her background, of course, are all the very best of the Canadian dogs. All the best of the American dogs with Leif. Of course, the very best of the Norway lines. And with that UK Ravenstone lineage, you can't get any better out of there either. So, just some serious genetics here. Now, Leif, of course, as a show dog, in case you don't know it, I don't know much about showing because I don't show, but I know a good outcome. But in the show world, they have levels, and the longer you show a dog and the more points you win and the better dog you got, you gain points over the lifetime of the dog. And the really good dogs, they far outclass the average, and they get way up in the point systems. They'll get hundreds and hundreds of points. Now the top 3 dogs, they have rating systems in the US on the system where after you hit a certain level of points you can be awarded colors, and gold is the highest that any Elkhound has ever achieved, and there's only 3 of them that have achieved that level in the history of showing in the US, in the Norwegian Elkhounds, and 2 of the very top, the highest point lifetime achievement dog and the 3rd highest, both are in his background, so they're in the pups. Very good dogs. Now, the little things that I note about the show dogs versus my working lines is the show coats are fluffier. They're not as tight. They're not as tight as these coats. All my dogs have a lot tighter coat. They shed water a little better. They shed the wet snow a little better. Leif, he's so showy that he might get a little wet. Doesn't affect his life, but they've been breeding for looks for so long that they lost a little bit of that tightness. Now he's also because he's so showy, he's got this massive, beautiful gait that stretches way out, but you hardly ever get to use it because that's not the gait they use. I had him here for quite a few months before I saw him stretch right out and use it, and I thought, oh wow, look at that. But day-to-day use, they're not using that gait. But the breeder has focused a lot on that gait because that's what the judge sees. And it is a beautiful thing to see, but it's not something he gets into every day, that's for sure. And so my guys don't stretch out like him. He can stretch out. Now, he's got a little different head on him and a little different tail. My tails all curl right up, turn into a knot, and come out the side. I mean, they're tight. And for the most part, Tuva, she got one of the best tails in the world, and her ears and her face, her style, her conformation, they're absolutely flawless. So the little tiny things like that with Leif that have been lost over the show from the work, she'll bring to him, and the pups will have this flawless ability to have the coat, the head, the tail, the stance, but they also gain from Leif all this personable nature, this fancy gait. It's a good combination. So we're really excited about that. Now, I raised Tuva's mom and hiked with her for years. Beautiful dog. And Tuva, of course, I hiked with her from the day she was in the belly of her mother. And had her and her little sister out, little tiny guys about as big as Kalias down there. We hiked these bushes and all through the mountains. And I'm going to probably, I haven't quite 100% decided, but I think I'll keep a little female out of this group. and put her in our program. These are third generation pups coming out for us, and they'll be exceptional, so I might do that. We got folks waiting on the list, and if there's more folks than pups, well, maybe I won't keep one this round. They waited a long time. People wait a long time for our dogs, of course. But if there are enough, I might keep one back. If not, I'll wait till next litter. But personable dogs like this, dogs that are loyal like this, they're hard to find. Dogs that never, ever ignore the handler. I mean, I could sit here for 8 hours, Tuva wouldn't move. She would stay right beside me. She was just, this is what you call loyal to the handler. And these kinds of traits, they're not in the show dogs. They're not in anything but the working dogs. And this is one of the key qualities of a really good remote terrain dog, a remote terrain elkhound. This dog will give its life to save you from a bear, a cougar, whatever came across your path. If it was going to cause you a problem, this dog would deal with it. I mean, Leif would step in and do it as well, but Leif is never going to stay by me like Tuva would. The pups from Tuva, of course, they're going to be like this. Once they bond with the handler, they're there for life. They never leave. Working traits are things like that. Lots of people talk about elkhound traits, but they miss working traits and show traits, personality and loyalty and things like that. It's hard to explain until you see something like this. And literally, I could run this video for 3-4 days. I could fall asleep on the grass here. I wake up, she'd still be sitting here. Phenomenal dog that way. So yeah, good dog. Now in about, it's the 23rd today, probably 4 days, 5 days. We'll have some new little rascals on the ground. I'm going to get a video of her half-sister today. She's got 7 Leif's pups in there. They're 2 weeks old today. So I'll take a video of her. Hey Leif, come say goodbye. Leif's good on response. I put him through the Desna training program. He didn't have any off-leash skills when he came. I don't think he'd ever been off-leash. And I haven't had a leash on him since he came. And trained him, put him through my Desna training. He's pretty good. Leif, by me. Right here, buddy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good. Don't be pushing me over. Don't be pushing me over, mister. Good. What a good boy. This is super friendly. This guy. Wow. If he could give me a hug, he would. He's just my buddy. Anya, just let him relax. Take it easy, Anya. Alright, you guys, you're just around, but get the heck out of here. Anya, I'm trying to do a video here. I'm doing a video here. Alright, get going. Get going, you guys. Yeah, so that's pretty good. Tuva, come say goodbye. She doesn't want to get her belly bumped with these two. Good. Tora, where'd you go? Tora, come here. Tora, get in the video, Tora. Get it. Come say goodbye. Come on, Tora. Get it. Come, Tuva. Good. Gata's retired now. I'm going to find a really good home. I'm looking for an older lady that's still active, that wants a really well-skilled dog. One that would never pull on the leash, never tighten the leash up, has impeccable manners, quiet, never do anything out of line. I'm going to find a good. Hey, I don't think I'd give that same lady on ya. All right, Tuva, good job. What a good girl, Tuva. What a good girl.